Hello and good morning, student.
Hello, good morning, teacher.
You have had a pretty long break from school because you had been traveling, and when you got back, you had a lot of work to do in the yard and to catch back up. So now that we're back into the swing of things, I thought it would be fun if we start today's lesson with a show and tell. Did you bring something to show?
It's a dinosaur puppet.
It's a dinosaur puppet?
Yeah, I'm really fan of it.
Okay, why don't you tell us about that dinosaur puppet?
This is a triceratops puppet, and it can smash rocks.
It can smash rocks?
Yeah, actually,
And how long have you had that dinosaur puppet?
for like the 20 years.
You've had it for 20 years? Wow, so it's a pretty old dinosaur puppet then. What do you enjoy doing with that dinosaur puppet? When you're using it or playing with it, what do you enjoy doing? Do you make believe or pretend with it? What do you pretend to do?
Try to make it eat, but I can't close the mouth and open it. I use my fingers, right?
So you have to use your imagination?
So you do it like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it chews.
Okay, and speaking of eating and chewing, what does a triceratops eat?
Plants.
And if it eats only plants, what does that make it?
An herbivore.
Very good, very good.
Why is it eating my pencil?
Oh my gosh. Because he likes to eat wood and branches, right? So maybe he thinks that's a tree branch. Okay, and so lastly, why does the triceratops have those large horns above his head?
For protection.
Good, very good. Okay, well thank you so much for bringing...
Let's say triceratops.
What did I say?
A triceratops.
Yeah, that's what I said.
But it's easier like this.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for bringing that item for today's show and tell. Why don't you go ahead and go put that in your pack and then jump into your chair so we can get started on our today's lesson. Okay, that's enough. Go put it back in your pack. Thank you for sharing it.
Thanks.
Come on, let's rock.
Maybe next show I could bring another puppet. That might be even scarier.
Perhaps. Go ahead and get
Or
seated.
maybe
I'll scoot you in.
sadder because.
Okay, so today we're going to work on printing our numbers. Okay? This is going to be a pretty easy lesson. Today we're going to print 0 through 9. And then there's a bonus. And with that bonus comes a reward. What I would like you to do first...
I know what the rewards are.
What is it?
A sticker.
You're wrong.
What do you mean?
I mean you're wrong. Today's reward is not a sticker.
I don't know what the reward is on.
See, that's why it's not good to assume. What does assume mean?
I don't know.
Assume is like a guess where you think you know something or you know what the answer is. You're assuming without really knowing what it is. And so for a good example, you assumed that today's treat or prize was going to be a sticker, but you didn't.
Like on most bonuses, that's why I said the sticker.
Well, yeah, you're right. Based on the history and based on the pattern that you have seen, most bonuses were stickers, correct? But not all, and today it's not. So let's begin. What is the first digit that you see, the first number right here in blue?
0.
Very good. What's the difference between a 0 and an O? They're both round.
Yeah. I don't know.
The 0 is shaped like an oval, whereas the letter O is round like a... No, leave that alone. Whereas the O, the letter O, is a circle. So if you notice here, this is not a perfect circle, right? It's an oval. So that's how you can identify the difference between a 0 and an O.
That's how I always do it.
The O is a circle. A lowercase o is a circle.
Teacher,
Mm-hmm.
Mommy's code used to be 0, 1, 2, 2, but no, I don't know her.
Yeah. You probably shouldn't be sharing your mommy's password for her phone, because the whole reason why they have passwords is so other people can't get into them. So if you share the password with everybody, everybody will be able to get into your mommy's phone.
I didn't share it with anyone else,
Just with me and your audience.
Yeah.
Okay, so this area.
I used to know 0, 1, 2, 2. Now I know it called that.
Okay, good. I'm glad that she changed it and you don't know the new one, because if you knew the new one, you would share that also, and you're not supposed to do that. So,
I didn't share her.
okay, so listen, you've already traced these two. I want you to write the letter 0 several times in that empty space, please.
Daddy, that's all I could do because it wasn't.
And that's okay, that's okay. I told you this was going to be a very short lesson. So now that you've completed the number 0, I want you to begin with the number 1 and fill in the spaces.
Wait, I already did number 1.
You're not listening to the directions. Write number 1 and fill in that space next to it. All of this area, look. This whole area, number 1.
There's no space by the zeros.
Is the number 1 an easy number to write or a hard?
Easy, because you just make a line, 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 line.
Very good.
Line.
Good. Okay, now let's do number 2. How do you trace the number 2?
I did it.
Let me see you trace this one again, please. Up and around, down and across. Up and around, down and across. Very good. Okay, write the number 2, fill in the space. Up and around.
I did the number 2 before.
Up and around, down and across.
I need a little.
You did it, that looks good. Again,
And
do one
a
more.
little bit hair.
That's okay, so you go up and around. Down and across. Good. This needs to be in the blue. You're too high and you stopped in the middle.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine, I'll leave it. Now let's do the number 3. What does the number 3 remind you of?
3 pups.
To me, it reminds me of like a small snowman.
What is that then?
Mm-hmm.
It's the carrot nuts.
Yeah, okay, so I want you to work on the number 3 and the number 4 independently, and I will be right back.
I need help.
Okay, one moment, please.
Teacher.
I was gathering eggs from the school hens.
What about the pup?
There were 6 eggs to gather. Okay, so let's see how you did. Okay, so these are not that great. This one is not bad, but it's crooked. So I'm gonna erase them and we're gonna work on them together.
Daddy, but the 3s are.
The 3s look good, but these 4s need some work, and that 5 looks good, but it's crooked. So I'm gonna show you. I'm here, I'll help.
Look up for my ruler, please.
I will, absolutely. Okay, so I wanna see how you trace the number 4. Wait, I'm gonna show you. You do start here at the top and do, no, this one. One line down, then you go to that side and go down and across.
That's how I did it.
Okay, again, one line down, then down and across. Very good. Again, one line, now you do it by yourself. One line down. No. Did I say down and around?
No.
No, I did not. Okay.
I was doing my best. Keep pushing up.
Here. Trace it again. You start with the long line down. That's how you do the number 4. Start with the long line down. No. Yeah. Down. Then down and across. One line down and across. Okay. Now start here.
Why is that one not just like that?
Here, hold the paper. Hold the paper with your hand. Okay, we go one line down. Then you go down and across. That's it. You did it. Easy.
It's not easy for you.
Come on. Do it again. One line down from the top blue. No, from the top blue to the bottom blue. No, this one, baby. Yeah. One line down. Now start over here. And you go down to the middle and across. Beautiful.
Ow, that's too hard.
Okay, well, stop trying to give me a high five after every time. Come on, again, all by yourself. One line down, down and across. One line down, down and across. Excellent. Baby. Those look great. They look beautiful. They look so beautiful. Great job. I think that's the best number 4. That's even better than I could write. What are you doing? What?
I'm flying.
I know you're a flyer in cheerleading, but we're in school right now, student. Sit right, please. There you go. Stop, please. Come on, let's focus. I'm going to show the audience your number 4 because it looks great. All by yourself. Okay, now the number 5 is a little bit tricky, but I'm going to show you how an easy way to do it. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so watch this. We do this line down. No, right here. Trace it. Down, up on side.
That's how I do.
And then across. Again. Down.
Down.
No. Yeah. Down, up on side. And then one line across. Trace this again. Down, up on side. And then one line across. Down, up on side. Then one line across. Okay, do it all by yourself. Down, you start at this blue line and you go down to the middle. And then your panza. Nope. Nope. Come on, look, I am looking over your shoulder. Start at this blue line and go down to the middle and stop. Okay, now your panza starts at at the bottom of your line and goes down to the blue line. Make your panza. No, not a straight line, baby. Your panza. It's time for the panza.
This is my panza.
I know that's your panza, but you need to write a panza. Come on.
Okay, I'm gonna write my panza.
Okay, look. Start right here at the top blue and go down to the middle blue. Okay, now make your panza to touch this line out and other way. No, baby, you're going backwards. Look, there's these right here. You're going this way, look.
Oh.
Like that. Okay, I'm erasing mine so that you can write yours. Start over, okay?
Why did you erase my
I did because you're starting over. I want you to do it from scratch. This is practicing. And you start at the top blue and go down to the middle and then a panza.
This way?
Yep. All the way to the bottom blue line, down to the bottom. And then a line at the top. You did it! You did it!
I'm the winner of chicken dinner.
Look at that 5. Oh my gosh.
I'm the winner of chicken dinner.
Look at that beautiful 5. Look at this guy. Excellent.
That's a girl.
Okay, I want to see one more perfect, just like that. Start at the top and go down. Make your panza. Down to the bottom blue line. And then across. Excellent work. Okay, 6s. Please trace. And then after you trace those 2, write the 6s.
This is not so hard because you just go around.
Okay, I'm going to check on these hens real quick and then I'll come for review. I will be right back.
I need help.
I'm coming. Here I come to save the day. Yeah, that's a good one. This was not bad, but I saw that I noticed that you erased it. Do you think you can do better? Okay, let's go for it then.
I said maybe.
Come on, let's go. You start at the top and you go to the bottom.
Maybe, baby.
Maybe, baby.
Now where?
I'll catch you on the rebound.
Help, help.
Hey, did you know that you were singing Brenton Wood when you said maybe, baby?
No?
Yeah, that's a song. That's a song by a guy named Brenton Wood.
Maybe, baby.
Yep, he said maybe, baby.
Maybe.
Okay, listen.
baby.
It's not a straight line. See how these, it's like around and around. Around and around.
But that's not a one.
It is. Around. It's not a straight line down like this. Look how it's like around.
Oh.
Right? So when you're doing this, you need to go around. So you start over here.
That looks like an ornament.
Hold this paper. It does look like an ornament.
That's
Look.
because it is an ornament.
Okay, so here, and you go around and around. That's it. Okay, do that one by yourself.
Here?
Yes. Around and around. Good.
That's a really
Okay.
good ornament.
Those are decent. I won't say they're great. I want one more right here and top line to the bottom line. No, that's way bad. There's no straight line in the number 6 in this font. Nope.
I was trying to do it like that. and
Come
then
on.
like that.
You go around and around. Come on. Hold the paper. Okay, that's all right. We need to work on your 6s. Your 6s are okay.
They're floating away.
Number 7.
Daddy, they're floating away.
Yeah, those are floating away. You're right.
That's because they're 6 hot air balloons.
Mhm. Okay, let's see the number 7. Knock them out. Okay, I'm going to stop you because those do not look good.
That one does.
Look at these. This is a line across. Your lines are going straight down, right? So when we write the number 7,
So, why did I do it? Why did I do wrong? I usually do it right.
so when you do the number 7, when you trace, you go across and down and over.
You're gonna break my standardized.
I'm not going to break it.
Yes, you
No
are.
way. Across and then down and over at an angle or a slant. Down in a slant. Down in a slant. Very good, like that. Down in, no, not up and down, across and down. One line. Very good. Okay, now make one your own. Across.
Just like that.
Yep. Start at the top blue line and go across. No, I didn't say straight down. At what point did I ever say straight down? Huh? No, it's across. You start at this and you go across, down in a slant. Come on. Come on. Focus. Across. Start at the top blue line. Hold your pencil correctly, please.
This is correct.
Okay. Across.
That's ridiculous.
That way. Down in a slant. That's not a slant. That's straight down. No. Does this look like that? No, it does not. But you're going to do it. You're going to do it. Take a deep breath. Arms up. Come on, focus, please. Take a deep breath. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. Come on, a deep breath in through your nose. Again. Again? All right, now you're ready to rock. You got a lot of oxygen in your lungs pumping into your brain. Let's go. Start at the top and go across. And then down at a slant to this, over here to my finger. Down to my finger. Excellent.
I used to do number 7 good, but now I don't know what happened to my writing of number 7.
It's fine, it's fine. These are okay. Come on. I want one more number 7. Across, then down and at a slant. Across, down at a slant. You just go a straight line to this line. That's it. Stop. Good. That's it. Okay. Numero 8.
Numero 8.
That means number 8. Numero 8.
Numero 8. I just call 8 8.
Okay, you can.
Okay, 8. Okay.
So I want you to write 4 number 8s.
Daddy, 8 is
Hold the paper, please. Write 4 number 8s in this space. So make sure you write them big enough so they cover the top line to the bottom line, but small enough so you have room for 4. 4 number 8s.
I call it 8 for short.
Okay.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how I call it.
Okay, that looks good. Numero 9.
I just call it
9.
Yeah, that's what I just call it.
Okay.
Never.
So with the number 9, you do a circle
That's what I do.
and then a line down. Again, I want 3 of them. A circle and then a line down. Good. Remember, go down to the middle line. No. When you do your circle, you start at the top blue and you go to the middle. That's your circle in that space. Very good. And then one line down.
Numero 8.
One more.
Numero 8.
8 is 8. We're working on 9. Good. Excellent. Now, it says to print your phone number.
I don't have a phone.
You can use my phone number. Or do you want to use Mama's?
What is Mama's?
No, I want you to use mine.
Why?
Because mine is more difficult, and I want to challenge you because if you succeed, you get a bonus. That is not a sticker. Are you ready? Please write the number 6.
Okay. What does that have to do with your phone number?
That is not a 6.
I do mean it's not 6. What do you mean it's not 6?
Where point to the number 6 on the page? Where is the number 6?
That's just a
No, it's not. Where is? Yes, that is number 6. Start over here, because you need the whole area. Write a number 6 like this. Very good. Now a number 2.
What does that have to do with
Now a number 2.
I think I'm going to find out.
Okay, another 6.
What does that have to do with your phone number? I need a little.
That definitely is not a 6.
But the 2's A-okay.
And look, I need you to use this whole area. So write a number 6 again. Nope, that looks ugly. That doesn't look good, and I need you to write, look, you need to use this space to this space, all of this. Look at this 6, write another one like that. Down and around and connect. That's too high. Look, your 6s, you need to stop at this middle line when you go back up. Okay, so start right here and just go to the middle line and connect.
Here?
Yep. Middle line and connect. No, you have to go back around like this 6. Good. Okay, now number 3. Okay, that's not a 3. Where do you see a number 3 on this page? Okay, like that. I want one like this. Come on. Like this, baby. Look, watch my finger. Around and around. Okay, again, another 3. Okay, now a number 4.
What does this have to do with the phone number?
This is my phone number. Okay, now a 2. Now a 3. Around and around. Now a 6. Down and around. Connect. And last, a 5. And remember, the 5 would go down from the top line to the middle. Down.
Down.
A panza.
Panza.
And a line on the top.
Not on the top.
So 6, 2, 6, 3, 3, 4, 2, 3, 6, 5. You did it. Let me show the audience. 3, 3, 4. Oh, I'm sorry. It says 6, 2, 6, 3, 3, 4, 2, 3, 6, 5. Do you know what that phone number is? That is the phone number that I had when I was a little boy.
I didn't know you had a phone when you were a little boy.
Well, at my house in Azusa, California, that was the phone number we had at our house. And here is your bonus, which is not a sticker.
Thank you.
What is it?
A chocolate.
A chocolate. Very good. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for utilizing good manners. And so, this is all the numbers for today. Tomorrow we're going to write out the numbers in words, but not right now. So I gave you a piece of chocolate for 2 reasons. One is because you did a very good job.
Wait, what does this say?
It says Dove. That's the brand of chocolate. But, okay, so listen to me. I gave you that piece of chocolate for 2 reasons, okay? Reason number 1 is because you did a great job and you completed the bonus. Reason number 2 is because it's dark chocolate. And what is dark chocolate good for? Yep, you're right. It's good for your brain. It helps you think. It helps you focus. It gives you a little bit of sugar. And a little bit of sugar is good for your body to give you energy. Your body burns sugar, and that's how you get energy. So by eating that small piece of chocolate, do you know what that's going to do?
What?
It's going to prepare you for what is next on our lesson. And we're going to learn about animals next. Okay? So, we're going to do a short lesson because there's actually 2 animals. And the first one is a what? What is that?
Chipmunk.
A chipmunk. Very good. Show the audience. This is a chipmunk. And what is this chipmunk doing?
This is relaxing.
It looks like somebody's giving him a sunflower seed.
He's gonna grow a sunflower in his body.
He's going to grow a sunflower in his body? Well, not if he chews the sunflower up. Then it won't grow. Go ahead and wipe your mouth with a lot of extra chocolate. You had a tiny piece of chocolate and you still somehow managed to get it all over your face. Look at that. Okay, so let me read this to you real quick. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna read this book about chipmunks. Please focus up here, eyes up here, look at me. I'm gonna read this short story about chipmunks, and then I'm gonna be asking you some questions about what we just read. So you have to focus and pay attention. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, I was rolling my eyes.
Okay, let's go. Chipmunks are one of nature's most delightful animals. On summer days, we enjoy them scamper past, their striped cheeks bulging with seeds. With a bit of luck, we can sometimes even coax one to come and take a peanut or a sunflower seed from our hand. But as friendly as they seem, Chipmunks are secretive little animals. What does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
What does secretive mean?
Secret it means secret.
Yeah, secretive means that they're a little bit secret, right? They like to hide and they don't like to show everybody what they're doing. That's secretive. Okay? But friendly as they seem, chipmunks are secretive little animals. It is not likely that you will stumble across their home or that you will ever see a baby chipmunk. Sometimes chipmunks seem to be everywhere, but at other times there is not a chipmunk in sight. Why do you think that is?
Maybe because they're hiding.
Very good. Like maybe they're timid?
What is timid?
Timid means like fearful or a little bit nervous. So they're shy and timid. Okay. This says where they live. Most chipmunks live in forests and woods, but some are found at the edge of deserts and high up in the mountains. These places are very different from one another, but they have one important feature in common. In all of them, chipmunks can find hiding places in low bushes and plants where they need food.
I'm trying to see it.
I'm showing you. Chipmunks are ground and sit up all the way, please. Chipmunks are ground animals, and all of them spend some part of their life in underground homes called
Burrows.
burrows. Very good.
What is that?
That is a map of the world, and this is the island of Greenland.
Do chipmunks live in that small?
No, where you see it in black, that's where the western chipmunk lives, and it's in the western hemisphere.
What about the blue?
And in the blue, that's the eastern chipmunk. And the eastern chipmunk, all of this is in America. So this is California and New Mexico on this side, and down here is Florida, and up there is Virginia, and that's where the eastern chipmunk lives.
Well, that's a little bit short drive. Virginia's right there and New Mexico.
Virginia is in the blue on this side, and New Mexico is on the black on this side.
Do chipmunks live there?
No, they do not, because that's in the polar region of northern Greenland. And we'll learn about northern Greenland when we study geography, but not yet. World geography. Okay, please sit up, we're almost done. So, chipmunks are ground animals that live in burrows, right? So it's important that they live in a place where the soil is dry and it's easy to dig. This means you will rarely find chipmunks. Yes.
But it's not easy to dig in hard soil, it's soft. Easier and soft.
Correct. So that's why chipmunks choose to live in areas where the soil is soft, so they can dig a burrow.
They could dig.
Soft and dry.
They could dig in snow.
They can, yes, but in order to live in a burrow, they like to live in the dirt. This means that you will rarely find chipmunks in swampy areas or places with heavy clay soil.
Do you think we have chipmunks?
Do we have chipmunks in New Mexico? Yes.
Where are they?
They're in our forest and along the bosque, along the river.
The bosque?
The bosque. Usually, please don't do that. Usually chipmunks do not live in towns or cities. If you do meet a chipmunk in the near to the city, it will probably be living in an abandoned barn or a house on the outskirts of town.
Why in a house?
Abandoned house where no one lives. They will stay there. Okay? So now it says the eastern chipmunk is the largest and has the shortest tail for its size. The smaller western chipmunks, there are 16 different kinds, are almost all lighter in color. They have longer tails for their size, up to 1/2 their total length. Western chipmunks.
What is he eating?
It looks like he has a piece of a plant or a root.
I think that's a water bottle.
And it says western chipmunks spend more time in trees than their eastern cousins, and their long tail probably helps them balance more easily.
What happens if I was a fox and I was balancing on a rock and I fell off?
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so now I'm going to show you this. This is how they burrow in tunnels. And it says the entrance tunnel to a chipmunk's den slopes gradually.
The last one is straight.
Yeah.
Other one's bend, and bend.
And they usually live 1 foot underground, 1 foot deep. But the eastern, so that's the western chipmunk burrow. The eastern chipmunk burrow looks very different. And it says the eastern chipmunks often add extra dens and tunnels to their burrows. Notice how the entrances are placed at the base of trees and rocks where they are less likely to be seen.
Excuse me. There's an entrance right there, and that's covered, and that's their exit.
Correct. Very good. Yeah, there's multiple ways to get in and out of their nest or their burrow.
Why?
Okay. And so we're going to read one more passage and then we're going to continue. This is all about their food. Here we go. Winter slumber. Chipmunks need to avoid the harsh winter when it's cold out.
Teacher, I want to learn about their food.
Okay, well, we're going to learn a lot about them, but right now we're focused on their winter slumber. Chipmunks need to avoid the harsh winter when it is cold outside and there's not much to eat. They do this by going into hibernation. What is hibernation?
Hibernation is deep sleep.
But what is it?
It's when they have a deep sleep. I just told you.
Okay. And what other animals go into hibernation that you know of?
Bears.
Bears do go into hibernation. Do you know of any others?
Fox.
A fox, you're right. They go into a hibernation. Sometimes not as long as a bear, but they do. This means that the chipmunk sleeps through most of winter. Its body temperature drops and both its breathing and heartbeat are much slower.
Why don't they need to blanket?
Because they have fur to keep them warm in their burrow.
What happens if they did not have fur?
Then it would probably get cold if it's snowing outside. And it says many hibernating animals put on extra fat to make it through the winter.
How do they put on extra fat?
By eating lots and lots of food, extra food, and they get fat, so when they sleep all winter long, their body burns that fat and keeps them alive. It does say the chipmunk does not, and that's why it has to work so hard to store food away for a good supply through the winter. Chipmunks find rich supply of seeds and it will often stuff its cheeks and hide away several loads before it actually eats any.
What happens if the chipmunks accidentally swallow it?
And it does say, but you may wonder if the chipmunk hibernates, when does it eat? Unfortunately, no one knows for sure. Some people think it goes into real hibernation only after it has eaten all of its supply of food. Another possibility is that it wakes up once in a while and eats some of the nuts and seeds it has stored under its nest, and then it goes back to sleep. In either case, the chipmunk is much warmer snuggled in its cozy nest inside its underground den than it would be outside.
Teacher, when is my dad gonna pick me up?
Soon. We're almost done. Okay. Okay, so that's enough for this lesson. So let's talk about chipmunks. What are some of the things that you learned about the chipmunk? What are some of the things that you just learned about?
I can't remember.
Well, you need to, because I explained to you that after we were done reading, I was going to ask you several questions. Tell me one thing about the chipmunk.
That they store food
Very good. And where do they store food at?
in their cheeks.
Yeah. And what kind of a nest does this chipmunk have?
A burrow.
Very good. How does a chipmunk survive the cold winter?
With a lot of eating a lot of food with blubber.
No, chipmunks do not have blubber. They have fat. Whales have blubber, right?
No.
But how do they get through the winter when it's cold outside? How do they get through that? What do they do so that they can remain safe and cozy in their burrows?
With their
Sit up, please.
with with their fats.
Yeah. But what do they do while they're burning fat?
Sleep.
Very good. And what is that called when you do a long sleep during the winter?
Hibernation.
Excellent job. And do you remember the 2 different types of chipmunks that we learned about in this book? Hey, focus or I will take that away. What were the 2 types of chipmunks that we learned about in this book?
Asian chipmunk have longer tails than Eastern chipmunks have like this long of a tail.
Very good. You're right, 100% correct. Very good. The Western chipmunk has the longer tail, and the Eastern chipmunk has a shorter tail. Do you remember what the book said about why that is? The Western chipmunk has a longer tail because it spends more time in trees, and the tail helps them balance. What other animal has a long tail that they use to balance in trees?
A fox.
Foxes do climb trees, you're right, and they do use their tail for balance. But what animal? I'm thinking of a specific mammal, a type of mammal that uses its tree to hang and swing on trees for balance.
A monkey.
Very good.
Ooh, ah.
Yeah. And so like a fox and like a cat, the chipmunk uses its tail to balance when it's on trees.
Teacher, what about an ocelot and a kangaroo?
Yeah, you're right. Ocelots do. Kangaroos use their balance on the ground for running and jumping.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. And so tails are very important for animals, right? It's very important they have those tails.
What happens if they don't have any tails and they climb trees?
It affects their balance a little bit. They're not able to balance as well as those that do have tails.
But Daddy, when I am on the balance beam at Jungle Jam, I don't have any tail and I have wear webbly socks.
But you're able to use a tool, and a lot of animals do not use tools. They only use what they have on their body, right? And since you don't have a tail, you use a tool, which is grippy socks, to increase your balance.
And sometimes I fall and it's soft.
Yep. Okay, so lastly, let's talk about one more thing
I
about...
need to go to the
Okay, wait. We're almost done. What type of animal is the chipmunk? Is it a reptile, an amphibian? What is it?
a mammal.
Very good. And what kind of a mammal is it? What part of the mammal family is it part of? Is it part of the marsupial family?
Yes.
It is or not?
No.
Yeah, it's not. It does not have a pouch. Is it part of the rodent family?
Yes.
It is part, you're right, because it's related to the mouse and to the rat and the hamster and the gerbil. Those are all rodents. Okay, last question and we're done. What is the largest rodent in the whole world? The capybara.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the largest rodent in the world is capybara. Okay, before you go pee, please say goodbye to the audience because
Goodbye,
we're done.
Thanks for watching. See you the next day I have school.
Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow.
But tomorrow is Mother's Day.
Huh?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow is not Mother's Day. Sunday is Mother's Day. Tomorrow is Thursday.
Bye.
Tomorrow is trash day.
Goodbye and thanks for watching.
Get out of here.